Hey folks, uh, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. To be honest, I'm actually quite surprised that I have to make this video. And for those of you who seen my video about that I recently posted, I think it came out yesterday, about my journey to Orthodoxy, I talk about this topic actually. Are you a catechumen or are you an inquirer? Okay. Those things, those two status actually have significant difference. And a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of parishes, even today, actually a lot of parishes don't really care about the formal distinction between the two. And that is a serious problem. Okay. Now I shared my experience in my uh last video. You guys can look at it. Um, that I had serious spiritual issues. Okay. I started learning about Orthodoxy, taking on the role of a catechumen while pretty much not being made a catechumen. And I had horrible things happening to me in my life. Okay. It wasn't until later that I got to another parish that I learned that I'm actually not fully even a catechumen. We're going to get into this in a little bit. This is going to be not, I don't think it's going to be a long video. But what really made me want to make this video, okay, is what happened a few nights ago. I had someone came to me who is, well, quote, catechumen. He said he's expressed to me he's had horrible things happen to his life since he began his quote catechesis. And I took a guess. I guess this could have been the issue. And I asked him, well, are you a catechumen or are you an inquirer? Have you had the prayer, the actual prayer, not the actual prayer to make someone a catechumen? Have you done that service? And then he said, yes. I was like, and then I asked him, can you describe that to me? And he said that, the priest called everybody to the front of the church and said some prayers. Had us bow our heads and said our prayers. Said, catechumens, bow your heads to the Lord. And I asked him, was there three exorcisms involved? And he said, no. Then I told him, well, congratulations. For the past few months, or the past 8 months in his case, you're not even a catechumen. Okay. So, those of you who don't know, there are two services for catechumens. One is the litany for catechumen, which is also called the prayer for the catechumens. Okay. Pray to the Lord, you catechumens. Lord have mercy. Let us the faithful pray for catechumens. The Lord will have mercy on them. This is a blessing litany for the catechumens. This is what a lot of jurisdictions say for quote catechumens. Okay, this doesn't technically make you the catechumen. Of course, they're gonna say, I mean, by the way, the people who do this are the Antiochians and the Greeks. And some OCA. I don't know about OCA that much. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section. This does not make you the catechumen. Sure, the priest will consider you as their catechumen, okay, at a certain point, but according to, I mean, properly, you're not a catechumen. This is just a prayer for the catechumen. And what's crazy is I think this should be done every week, even if there's just one catechumen. When my all of my parish, the parish I serve at, we do this, even if there's only one catechumen's present. And actually, my service does it when no catechumens are there for the other catechumens. This is important. Yes, we have to pray for the catechumens because they don't fully have the spirit. They don't, they're not a fully member of the church. We have to pray for them. Yes, this is what it is. This does not make you a catechumen. Okay? What makes you a catechumen is this, the making of the catechumens. Now, the Antiochians and the Greeks, in my knowledge, they pretty much only do this at the beginning of the Lenten period. They'll call everybody together and do it collectively. And really, even though if you've been studying or quote being a catechumen for a year, you're only a catechumen for those 2 months, and then you're baptized, officially catechumen. Okay, this is the making of the catechumen, which traditionally should be done the moment you become a catechumen. This is how we do it. Okay, this all the Slavic traditions does it, and in the Slavic tradition, they'll actually give you, or even in other traditions, they can do this too if the priests have time. They'll actually during this service, they'll give you your patron name. Okay, and then you are actually assigned a saint to protect over you, and you'll be called that saint's name. That will be your name from that point on. Okay, which is great, which I think catechumens need. Okay, now how do you know you had a actual service? Okay, making of the catechumen. So there's prayers. There's three exorcisms. Let us pray to the Lord, Lord have mercy. And then it gets to a point, okay, after the three exorcism, I'll show you guys. There's this, renouncing Satan and evil. You'll be asked, do you renounce Satan? You have to say you renounce three times. Okay. Have you done it three times? Then blow and spit on him. And the priest will actually blow at your face too. Okay. Joining Christ's body in church. You have to say, I do join him. I have joined him. Okay. And then that pretty much repeats. And then there's dismissal. And depending again on tradition, you'll be assigned a name at this point. This makes you a catechumen. Got it? This does not make you a catechumen. Yes, the priest will say, yes, you're kind of you're a catechumen in my church, but properly, you're I mean, technically you're not. And then people will say, well, it doesn't matter, whatever, just do it, whatever. No, it does matter. Actually, well, for those people who say it doesn't matter, let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think that the holy fathers who came up with the catechumenate and made this service, do you think they were just bored? Really? Do you think they were bored? Just okay, let's make a service. You guys, they can say whenever they want. You guys think that the Holy Fathers had that in mind when they did this? No, they didn't. Why? Who were the Holy Fathers evangelizing to? Who were the catechumens? They were ex-pagans, demon worshippers. Why do you think there's three exorcisms in here? It's to get rid of that crap for you so you can focus and learn properly. It's important. Okay? There's a reason why it's here. It's got to be done sooner than later. I mean, look, some people come from maybe like a Protestant, like a normie Protestant or Catholic background. There's nothing really happening with them. But there are people like me and the other gentleman I spoke to, our ancestors, you know, we're pagans. They're demonic influence over our lives that we have to get rid of. And do you really think that all these generations of demon worshiping, all of a sudden you come into orthodoxy, the evil spirits are just going to leave you alone while you pursue God? Really? You think if you're a Pentecostal, when you're channeling demonic energies every week, you're like, I mean, if you're a Pentecostal, you're literally inviting the demons to inhabit you. You think like they don't need the exorcism before they can study properly without stuff going after them? Really? And I told a friend that I was like, well, I want you to go ask the priest because he's got a horrible catechesis. It's just he's feeling wise. He feels that there are things that are heavy, and he's got a lot of weird stuff happening to him that just never happened. Same thing. You guys want to know what happened to me from the moment I walked into the church and decided to be a catechumen? I'll tell you. Somebody stole $7,000 from me. Okay. And I got into a car accident and I almost died that year. And those are just some of the things that happened to me. One of my businesses failed. And this is all happening at the same time I become a quote catechumen. Do you guys think this is all normal? we still going to think that this is not something that's serious. Like I said, I get it. If you come from like a Protestant background, you really have nothing much to it. Maybe nothing will happen to you. But people with pagan backgrounds, I mean, do we not know that the sins of the actions, although we're not responsible for the guilt, the actions of your pagan ancestors will affect the generations for, it will affect 7 generations. What about these people? What about, I mean, these are the people that these fathers, when they compose the service, are there to do, are there to help, officially binding them to the church as catechumens and giving them the exorcism and the protection they need to progress proper spirituality. That's what this is for. It's not semantics. And again, I told that friend to get it, to go ask his priest to finish the prayer, and they did it the next day, and he's fine now. So if you guys feel like there's something going on, there's something bothering you during your catechesis, uh, think about your background. Are there things that, happen in your family? Were you family pagans? Think about these things. I'm not your spiritual father. Okay, think about these things. And a lot of spiritual fathers don't know about this. Go visit a monastery. Ask the monks about this. If your spiritual father, quote, doesn't know. And you have the absolute right. If you feel like there's absolutely something wrong, there's things bothering you. Yes, they're probably bothering you. Do you think that the demons, evil spirits, want people to pursue God? Especially people from who has been generations under their grasp? Really? You think they're just gonna leave you alone? And you think you think I'm joking right now? I'm obviously not joking because becoming Orthodox, you understand all these things are now realities. The spiritual, demons, angels, everything, all of these things are realities. So you gotta treat it like reality. Again, if you feel like there's things wrong, go to and this was never done to you, go to a priest or go to your priest. If he's not willing to do it, then find a priest for God's sake, for your sake, who's willing to do this for you, to make you an actual catechumen. Because it's dangerous. It's literally dangerous if they don't do it. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, we've been trying to evangelize the West for the past, 30, 40, 50 years. And we still haven't clicked in the fact that this needs to be done. This is not a joke. Hello? I mean, I do sound angry. I'm sorry about that, but this is ridiculous. I'm having people who reach out to me who I just talked to who are catechumens who say they're catechumens, but they're really still having the status of an inquirer officially, and they have issues. Of course, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues fasting. You're gonna have issues studying. Okay, and you're gonna probably even have issues sleeping, like I did. So go get yourself help. Okay, take care of yourself. Know that this is important. Especially if you're a quote catechumen, whether you are a catechumen uh, by their consideration, or you're a catechumen, or if you're an inquirer, make sure this is done for you correctly. If you want to wait, if you're chilling, that's okay. But for people who needs help during their catechesis, this could be, you know, a big part of what's causing these issues. With that said, I thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves, protect yourselves, and God bless.